Hi, Ray. It's Mike Wiener. How are you?
Hi, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Josh and I are on the road this week, and we'd like to come up and see you. Do you mind?
No problem. I'm always at the hangar. You know where to reach me?
Yeah. Anything you want me to bring with me?
Sure. I'd love a coffee.
Okay. Take it easy.
Bye.
Bye. The real question is, how has it changed your life? Because I'm sure that it has. Because I know for me,
I've been to Oshkosh. I'd never been to Oshkosh before. So we took it to Oshkosh.
yeah,
Yeah. I've been to the NBA. I've met people that have been unbelievable, that are so far out of our circle of people that we know.
there are some very interesting characters that you meet.
These are men of incredible power and wealth.
And they choose to use it as a tool as well. So you're really following in their footsteps in some sort of way. Do you ever fear that as you're using that time and using the airplane to save yourself that time, from a budgetary standpoint, that you're wasting money or throwing money out the window? Does it ever feel like that?
I've had thoughts like that,
Okay.
but I've also worked the numbers out 1,000 times in my head and 1,000 times on paper. And as long as I can keep a great balance, then it is a worthwhile tool. So it is a great tool right now.
And you've chosen an airplane that's, as airplanes go, an airplane that is not, going to drill a hole in your wallet. I mean, you can always sell a King Air. You can always, there's always a market for it. So you bought it as an intentional business tool, and you budget it just like you would office supplies.
I budget, yes, and I'm a budgeter by nature. So I tell my wife, yes, we can use it as to go to. We have a boat. We're boaters, so yeah, we can go to the boat because you know what? It was a 7-hour drive every time we wanted to go to the boat. So we would have to leave Thursdays, either first thing in the morning, or drive after work until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. We would get there exhausted.
Yeah,
now we can
kill
both
2
work
business days.
the full day, leave here 5 o'clock, be at the boat at 6, right? And enjoy a weekend. My wife had a meeting in Toronto,
Okay.
and I also had to go down to the accountants to drop off the year end for the business. So in that time, we both boarded the aircraft after work. She was dropped off at the island, but we were both able to get a full day's work in, board the aircraft, not worrying about security or carrying the 80 pounds of papers and documents that I needed from the accountants to get my year end done. And we boarded the aircraft. And I was on my way to Kitchener, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Toronto.
In the airplane.
By the aircraft, yes, we were there in 15 minutes.
If you were doing this, before you had the airplane, either the airlines or driving, what do you think would it cost you in time?
The drive is a full day wasted each way, so it would have been a 1-day trip would have turned into a 3-day extravaganza.
Wow.
From a time side and personal accounting side, I would say it's probably one of the best investments we've made. I love our aircraft. Flying in it every time, it puts a smile on my face.
Yep.
So, and I actually, when it does go out on charter, I hate to say it, but I miss it.
And the fact that
So-
it's there and it's ready for you.
And being in a remote location and having a flight crew, we've developed a rapport with them.
Yes.
That I would say that somebody in a major center like Toronto would not have the same rapport with their pilots because they live and work here.
Yes.
So they're not only employees of the management company, they're part of our family because we fly with them. They have our lives in their hands.
And they probably want to travel as much as you do.
Pilots love to fly.
Yeah.
So the more time we can give them, the happier they are, the happier we are, because The one thing that kills an aircraft is sitting on the ground.
Yeah, you've turned an 8-hour drive into an hour and 20 minutes, and in comfort.
I've also turned a 4-hour adventure with a commercial airline into an hour and a half of flying and 2.5 hours of productivity gain. Because I can be at my plane 5 minutes before we take off, and I can be in the car on my way to a meeting 2 minutes after we've landed.
So that you're doing away with all the commercial.
I don't have to be
airplane
there an hour
terminal
before my
issues.
flight. I don't have to go through security lines. I don't have to wait for my bags if I have any. I don't have to rush through an airport, find a cab. It's all, I call ahead with the management company. There's a car waiting for us wherever we land. We're on our way to the meeting or to our business or our trade show or whatever we're doing. As soon as the chocks are down, the door is opened, our bags are put on the car, and we're on our way. So what price do you put on that? Well, you're only given one life on this planet, and what you do with that time is very important.